My name is Amelia, and at 25 years old, I found myself entangled in a web of deceit and betrayal. However, this is also a story of how I rose above manipulation and malice, seeking justice from both my husband and mother-in-law. I met Oliver, a charming and charismatic man who swept me off my feet with affectionate words and promises of a bright future. We fell madly in love, and soon tied the knot, believing that our love could conquer all. Little did I know that our love story would take a treacherous turn. The source of my torment was none other than Oliver's mother, Sophia. From the beginning, she harbored deep resentment towards me, viewing me as an intruder in her son's life. Sophia embodied the archetype of those mothers who warrant a deep psychosocial inquiry into their behavior, as it seemed to be spiraling out of control. For 5 years, Oliver had been providing his entire salary to Sophia, leaving our financial stability hanging by a thread. This betrayal cut deep, tearing at the very fabric of our marriage. Despite my incessant pleas over the years for him to stop, Oliver would brush me off, indicating that his mother took precedence over the new family he was trying to build. At the time of our marriage, I was only 18 years old, a bumbling, naive young girl who believed that my husband would one day realize his wrongdoings and change, as his love for me ran deep. In hindsight, I now see the folly of such optimism. I was naive and fearful, and unfortunately, I lacked the courage to speak up against both Oliver and Sophia. They appeared to be a package deal, and their arrogance and hot-headedness proved to be a destructive combination. It took me 5 years to fully realize the magnitude of their malevolence. As the years passed, tensions between Sophia and me escalated. She seized every opportunity to belittle me, making it abundantly clear that I was unwelcome in her house and life. In her eyes, my presence was a privilege few could afford. Despite my attempts to communicate my concerns to my husband, he consistently dismissed me, indifferent to the verbal and emotional abuse I endured. Oliver's indifference made him complicit in the torment, and for that, I couldn't forgive him. The true extent of Sophia's animosity became painfully clear when Oliver lost his job. Without hesitation, she seized the opportunity to kick me out, claiming the house Oliver and I lived in was hers. This act crushed my spirit, leaving me vulnerable and homeless. In disbelief, I questioned Sophia, wondering how she could harbor so much hatred to evict me from a house that wasn't even hers. "It's not that I hate you, darling. I simply don't care for you. Besides, after Oliver lost his job, there's no way he can support you anymore. That's why I have to take over. This is my house, and in certain ways, it's been my house all along." "What do you mean? It was only he and I living in the house, and now you want to disrupt the family dynamic and the household funds by moving in. And what do you mean it was always your house? How? How dare you? How can you speak to me in such a way? How dare you even question me, you stupid girl? You don't need to know the details of anything, considering you're no longer a resident here. Well, I suppose despising you is no bother now since you're getting kicked out. Just wait until I tell Oliver all about your evil plan." I got out of the house and proceeded to call my husband, thinking that he would help me. It was a big mistake. "Hello, what's going on? You seem upset." "Upset doesn't even begin to describe it, Oliver. Your mother kicked me out of the house the same day you lost your job." "What? Why?" "It's been going on for years, Oliver. You've been giving her your entire salary without even considering our financial stability. I endured years of silent suffering, hoping for your change while she manipulated you. Don't deny it. She's deceived you. Those manipulated often remain unaware until they awaken from their delusions. My dear husband, you're still under her spell. I swear, Ava, if you persist in speaking ill of my mother, you'll hand her all of our money. You need to stop being delusional and recognize the mistreatment I endure. How can you sit there and do nothing? I'm your wife, for heaven's sake. Enough! It's no wonder she kicked you out of the house. Excuse me? You heard me. I won't tolerate you disrespecting her and me. Pack up your things and leave my mother's house this instant." I couldn't believe what I was hearing. Had I entered a dimension where treating your wife poorly was a display of love? Certainly not. But why was he addressing me this way? Without a word, I returned to the house to find a smirking Sophia, reveling in her new house, claiming it as hers, and celebrating my departure from her and her son. Keeping my silence, I packed my things, mustering all the strength in my body to leave without committing a regrettable act. Angry, hurt, and confused, what kind of mother-in-law treats her daughter-in-law this way? I sought refuge with a friend, tending to my wounds and piecing together the shattered fragments of my life. The despair within me ignited a determination to seek retribution for the injustice I had endured. I couldn't let Sophia's actions go unanswered, and my foolish husband Oliver had to be held accountable. Both of them had to pay for the pain they caused. My friend repeatedly emphasized that I couldn't let these actions go unpunished, stoking the flames of my resolve. I decided to return to the house and confront Sophia, giving her a piece of my mind. Standing in front of Sophia's house for the second time that day, my heart pounded with a mix of nervousness and determination. It was time to face her and make her reckon with the consequences of her actions. Stepping inside, a flood of memories engulfed me. This house, once a place of pain and manipulation, would soon become a symbol of my victory. "What are you doing here, Ava? You have no right to be in my house." "Oh, I think you'll find that I do, Sophia. After all, it was your actions that led me here." Sophia's face contorted with surprise and disbelief. She had expected me to cower and run away defeated. Little did she know that I had found my strength. "You think you can just waltz in here and take what you want? You're nothing but a leech, Amelia." "No, Sophia. I've shed the timidity you once exploited. Strength has replaced vulnerability, and I've grown weary of your manipulative games. You misused my husband's earnings to construct this house, and now it's my turn to seize control. Your delusion is apparent if you believe you can outsmart me. Manipulation has been my lifelong expertise. Sophia, today the tables have turned. You've underestimated me, just as you've underestimated the resilience of a woman pushed to her limits." Our exchange of words heightened the room's tension, transcending a mere confrontation between individuals. It became a clash of wills, a fight for justice. "While you may have won this battle, Ava, the war is far from over. I am determined to ensure you regret your actions. Let's see about that, Sophia. I've endured years under your shadow, enduring your abuse. Today, I am reclaiming my life, happiness, and freedom. Your reign is terminated. Experience the day you believe you deserve." With those parting words, I turned away, leaving Sophia stunned and defeated. Triumph surged through me as I exited the house. A small victory, yet a crucial step toward a future liberated from manipulation and pain. The journey ahead may pose challenges, but fear no longer holds me captive. I confronted my tormentor, discovering strength in the process. I have unwavering faith in the concept of karma, and a golden opportunity presented itself to me. While leaving the property, I noticed contractors installing a conspicuous red sign that boldly declared an auction on my mother-in-law's front porch. The swift decision to auction the house intrigued me, prompting questions about her motives and potential shady dealings. Intrigued and suspicious, I returned to my friend, sharing this newfound information. Together, we delved deeper into the possibility that Sophia's actions were part of a deceptive plan. Recognizing the significance of this revelation, I hatched a plan for the perfect revenge. To confirm Sophia's intentions, I conducted thorough research and found evidence supporting the auction of the house, scheduled for the very next day. My suspicions intensified, compelling me to unravel the mystery behind this shady practice. The following day, I stumbled upon an auction notice for Sophia's house, a serendipitous twist of fate. This moment became a crucial opportunity to reverse the power dynamics and reclaim control over my destiny. Fueled by newfound purpose, I meticulously devised a revenge plan, studying the housing market, calculating my maximum bid, and preparing for an unexpected confrontation with Sophia. Little did Sophia realize that I had undergone a remarkable transformation, rising from the ashes, fortified by the resilience adversity had instilled in me. Stepping into the auction room, my heart echoed a blend of nervousness and unwavering determination, ready to face those who had made my life a perpetual struggle over the past 5 years. However, my entrance was met with the predictable resistance of those who sought to maintain their control over my fate. Unfazed by their attempts to intimidate, I asserted my right to be there, warning of potential legal repercussions for harassment. Their gasps of disbelief fueled my resolve as I declared my intention to participate in the auction. Brushing off their attempts to mock my financial capability, I headed to my designated spot, locking eyes with Sophia, conveying a silent message of defiance. As the auction commenced, the hall buzzed with anticipation. Bidders eagerly vied for the mid-century modern house with a history entwined with Oliver. With strategic maneuvers, I played my cards, well aware of Sophia's dubious financial background. The atmosphere crackled with tension, each bid a calculated move in a game that had become deeply personal. I strategically leaked information about Sophia's alleged embezzlement, casting a shadow over the property's reputation and dissuading potential buyers. As the auction unfolded, the hesitation of bidders became evident. With a bid of $200,000, I questioned the lack of higher offers, revealing the shadiness surrounding the house. Sophia's fury was palpable as the truth dawned on her. Her attempts at control were backfiring. The panic in her eyes exposed a vulnerability hidden beneath years of manipulation. Dismissing Oliver's belated apologies, I asserted my autonomy, signaling the end of Sophia's reign. In a symbolic move, I placed the winning bid, claiming victory over the house and my life. The auctioneer declared the sale, sealing the deal for $200,000. The value of the property, well over $1 million, was now mine. As people exited, unimpressed by the unfolding drama, Sophia's face contorted with anger and disbelief. Desperate to regain control, she hurled insults, claiming the house meant nothing. Little did she realize that for me, it was a tangible symbol of triumph, a declaration that I would no longer be silenced or cast aside. "You'll regret this, Ava. Maintaining this house and paying its taxes will be beyond your means. Oh, Sophia, don't worry about me. I have plans, and this house will be a stepping stone to a better future. Regrets are for those who've lost everything, just like you." With those parting words, I turned my back on seething Sophia. She screamed and cried while Oliver attempted to console her, a chaotic scene that only solidified my victory. As I walked away, a sweet sense of liberation washed over me, breaking free from the chains of manipulation. Oliver, remorseful and desperate, tried to approach me, but I stood my ground, refusing to be swayed by empty promises. "It's over, Oliver. I won't be a pawn in this toxic game any longer. We're done. I'll send over the divorce papers once I settle down in my new home." "But where will we live? Frankly, you should be more concerned about the embezzlement accusation. At this rate, both of you might end up in jail. Ava, don't do this." "Too late. It's already done. Have a nice life, Oliver, and tell your mother that rage is not her color." Sophia continued to shriek, consumed by fury. I relished every moment. Despite her attempts to address the embezzlement claims, her image had been irreparably damaged. The unhinged outburst during the auction painted her as someone to avoid. With my head held high, I walked away from the crumbling remnants of my past. The confrontation marked a turning point in my life. In a moment of clarity and strength, I acknowledged the challenges ahead. But with newfound resilience, I was ready to face them. Revenge had brought me to this point, yet it was self-empowerment and the pursuit of happiness that would propel me forward. The aftermath of my revenge left an indelible mark on all our lives. As the highest bidder, I now owned Sophia's house, the very place she had kicked me out of. It was a bittersweet victory, a symbol of my triumph and resilience. Pouring my energy into building a new life, I took control of my destiny. Establishing a small business selling crocheted clothes, I channeled my creativity into every stitch. Word spread quickly, and my business thrived as the community embraced my creations and my customer base grew steadily. As my business expanded, I found myself in the market for more properties. The once shabby apartment Sophia and Oliver were forced to rent became a constant reminder of their downfall. No one in the community trusted them, and they had become outcasts. Oliver would still call me, begging to come over for a hot shower, but I refused. "I can't believe how everything fell apart, Ava. I never imagined it would come to this. These are the consequences of your selfish and greedy actions. You should have stood up for me all those years ago. Should have told your mother that what she was doing wasn't right." Their lives unraveled in a snowball effect, crashing down with ferocity and grandeur. The consequences of their betrayal echoed through every aspect of their existence. They stood at the precipice of a trial that promised to lay bare their deceit exposing them to further notoriety. The weight of their actions pressed upon them, leaving behind a profound sense of emptiness and escalating frustration. One day, Sophia herself reached out to me, admitting, "I have lost everything, Amelia. My son doesn't love me anymore, and I've forfeited the community's trust. I'm left with nothing. You have to help me. The consequences of your choices have caught up with you, Sophia. But this was never solely about revenge. It was about seeking justice and reclaiming my power. I hope you get everything you deserve, be it good or bad." The community rallied behind me, offering support and admiration for my resilience, which, in turn, brought more customers to my business. Through my success, I discovered a newfound understanding of my strength and determination. The closure I had yearned for was finally within reach as I surveyed the properties I now owned. I realized that revenge had propelled me forward, but it was my perseverance and resilience that brought true fulfillment. The past had shaped me, but it would no longer define me. With each passing day, I embraced the beauty of my journey, leaving the shadows of betrayal behind.